morning, guys. So here I am on my way to work for what I think is the final time. Yeah, I should be finishing up today, and basically this is the last day of work that I have before Haley and I then go on our trip, a 6-month trip through Southeast Asia next year. Yeah, finishing up before Christmas. We're gonna have a couple of weeks just to get ready for our trip. Obviously we've got Christmas and New Year in that time as well. And then yeah, January 11th, we're heading off on our trip. It's really exciting. This is it. This is like a big milestone, kind of finishing work. The work situation for when we're away is that I'll be continuing to work kind of like part-time, but in a different role. So at the moment, I'm working as a mortgage advisor, and that's the role that I'm finishing up today. And while we're away, I'll be doing some marketing for the company, just some part-time marketing, just to keep a little bit of cash coming in to help fund our travels a little bit. Pretty much marks my last day as a mortgage advisor, my last day of full-time work with the company, and hopefully my last day of just working for like an employer, because really my goal for the last couple of years has been to build my own business to the point where I can quit my job. And I think I'm almost at that point now where I can do that. The income I earn on the side is basically at the point where on average now I earn the same every month as I do from my regular job. And so while we're traveling, I'm going to use the opportunity to grow that revenue, and hopefully when we return in 6 months, I'll be in a position where I can just continue that work for myself full time. And I'll do maybe a little bit of contracting here and there for the company, again, just to have a little bit of extra cash coming in if I need it. But hopefully this will essentially be the last kind of day of full-time employment for, like, you know, in a job. So one of the interesting things we've done in preparation for this trip is we actually sold our house a few weeks ago. In fact, just last Friday we settled on the purchase. So we handed it all over, and yeah, everything we own pretty much is now in storage. We had to cram everything into like a tiny storage container, which was a real challenge, but we got there in the end. And yeah, that was a big decision because we weren't sure what to do. Initially, we were thinking of just renting the house out, which would have been fine. And so we sold for a few reasons. You know, I think the Auckland market here in Auckland, New Zealand is really hot and quite overvalued. So I thought it's probably a good time to cash out while we can get a good price for the house. Also didn't want to have the financial burden of trying to support 2 mortgages while we were traveling, because we do actually have 2 properties, and supporting 2 mortgages, I think it would just put a lot of extra pressure on to be earning money while we travel, and we just didn't want that. This way we can pay down like a lot of the mortgage on the second property, start earning good cash flow there, and then when we come back we'll probably move into the other house. We'll start doing it up ourselves, and yeah, then look at maybe selling that one sometime in the future as well. As for the trip itself, so we're starting in Bali. On January 11th, we fly to Bali. We're staying there for 6 weeks until the end of February. From there, we're going to spend a couple of months in Cambodia, Vietnam, and then we're getting a plane to Bangkok, which then takes us to Tokyo, Japan. Actually, exciting news, just yesterday, we found out that we won a lottery to be able to buy tickets for the Coldplay concert when Coldplay play in Japan next year. So we're really excited for that. And then after Japan, we fly to back through Bangkok, I think, to Sri Lanka. And then we've got about 6 weeks in Sri Lanka as well. So the whole trip is probably taking us about 6 months. I think we've got some plans to come back around 12th of June. Nothing booked yet, but I think the intention is that we'll come back for 12th of June. And yeah, it's gonna be really interesting because I'm really interested to just completely change up our routine for a while. We've come straight from school into university, into work, and now it's going to be interesting to switch from this like go attitude, this go routine lifestyle, into just quite free, quite sort of unstructured for a little while. It's going to be very minimal living, which I'm really looking forward to. It's been really nice decluttering a lot of our stuff as we've sold the house. And I'm really looking forward to just living like a much simpler kind of minimal life with just literally taking the stuff that we can fit in our backpacks. I'm actually a little bit nervous. I feel like we're gonna land in Bali, and I'm someone who's like constantly go, 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 always doing something, always have a plan. And it's gonna be really interesting to see how I cope with that, having a lot less to do. And making that adjustment is going to be really interesting. I think I'm just going to probably freak out on day one and be like, oh my God, what do we do? Can't wait, so I'll keep you guys updated. This is the first vlog that I'll be shooting, and I'm going to try and keep these videos pretty regular throughout the trip to just keep sharing our experience, sharing the story, sharing the journey. And so I hope you guys enjoy following along.